man? What is up? What is up? You already know who the fuck it is. You already know where the fuck I'm going. You already know who I am, man. Shout out to everybody out there at the Court Plantation. I'm gonna make this one fast one, but I was dying laughing looking at this shit. But anyway, man, shout out to everybody out there at the Court Plantation. You know what I'm saying? If you're there right now. Much respect to you, man. Shout out to everybody out there that isn't at the Court Plantation, that's trying to make it do what it do to survive. You know what I'm saying? That's very important. You know what I'm saying? And I would suggest that everybody gets around your melanated brother or sister and get together and get shit off your chest about the Court Plantation. Some people say you shouldn't do that. I think you should. It's therapy because it's funny. I do it all the time when I'm at the Court Plantation. I suggest more people should do it, especially black folk. United States of America Incorporated. I think it's a must that you do that. So shout out to everybody out there that's handling their business, doing what they gotta do. I think that it's probably more niggas at the Court Plantation telling on niggas and sandbowing and cooning than there are motherfuckers being on code and replacing the system of racism of white supremacy and establishing the system of justice should be the only thing on your mind. Not maintaining the system, because most people just want to maintain it and live comfortable in it, which is fine if that's what you want to do. But me, I want to establish a system of justice that's nearly full of junior teachers, meaning the person that needs the most help gets the most constructive help. Facts. Shout out to everybody out there, man. We got a lot of shit to discuss. I see Facebook change their name to Meta. Nigga, you can change your name all you want. We know who the fuck you are. We know what the fuck you did. And nigga go change their name because they lost all that money. Them stock investors is like, hey, man, what the fuck y'all doing? Fucking up the money, nigga. But anyway, man, we gonna get on a lot of shit, man, today, man. We gonna talk about it today, man. We gonna get it in. One of the main things I want to talk about today is we have this councilman in Warsaw, Virginia. Motherfucker dressed up in blackface. And I just think it's funny, man. We gonna get into it right now. Let's get into it. Cut this shit down. Cut this shit down. Shout out to Shawnee, Tasha, Tamisha, Miss Wendy, Erica, Phil in the building, Florida in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody out there, man. Y'all know what it is. You see me, man. I'm always represent, man. You see what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers want to drink and all that. Hey, I'm not saying don't drink the Douce and all the black liquors, but damn, man, this E40 shit is it's only a dub. Like, how do you not fuck with this shit? This shit is only a dub. You can bop a nigga upside the head with it too. Shit. But anyway, go fuck with that shit. Hey, I never said I was the healthiest eater. That's why I got sea moss, nigga. Shit. So I got sea moss and Tahuti, my Arab natural herbs, nigga. Hey, I get that shit out of my system. I gotta have a good drink sometime. God damn. But anyway, man, shout out to everybody out there, man, that's making it do what it do. We gonna get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? Erica, I have not forgot about my grandmother's hands. I have not forgot about that book. It is in my cart. I am going to go get it. Damn, I hope these niggas can hear me. Knowing motherfucking YouTube, man, these motherfuckers be bullshitting. Hold on, let me see. Damn, could these niggas hear me? Hope so. Oh, proud of you, cuzzo. Thought to drop in later. I want some. Oh, some C. Oh, you want some E40? You want some E40 Fonzarelli? I know. Look, I need to check my emails too, man. Motherfucking Zillow and all these motherfuckers, man, be, you know what I'm saying? They be sending you back to back. Don't even act like you're interested. They just keep sending you the same shit over and over and over and over and over again, man. And then try to upsell the motherfucking houses and shit. So a lot of time I don't be liking to check my email, but you know, it is what it is, man. What's going on? If you want some sea miles, just holler at me, man. I tried to get something to Erica. That shit got sent all the way back to motherfucking Vegas. Please check what? Oh, what? Can you hear me? Testing 1 2. I hope y'all can. If not, then I don't know what the fuck to tell y'all niggas. I just talk to myself then. But anyway, I need some black sea moss. Oh, okay. You want some sea moss? Well, I don't have no. I got some purple. I got some purple sea moss, and I got the the regular the gold sea moss. Just let me know when. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you know when. You know, man, I do my little something. Do a little, Erica taught me a lot about that, man. Shout out to Erica, Florida in the building, stand up. Erica was like, she was one of them customers. You know how you be like, oh man, it's not on the house. Erica like, no, nigga. You know what I'm saying? No, man, you don't mail nothing over here, man. And then from Erica, I got some other sisters. I keep forgetting to send her the podcast too. I kind of want to get on the show, man. She be having me rolling. But one of my other sisters, not my blood sister, just a home girl, one of my coworkers. I was talking about the CMOS, and she was just like, "Man, let me, hey, what you charge, man? Whoop whoop." So it was so funny. I felt like Erica laid the foundation. Because once she was like, Erica didn't even, I was like, oh man, don't trip, because I like the people to get a sample first, and they like, all right, I fuck with it. She's like, no, nigga, and PayPal me right away. And I couldn't even, you can't even reject it. And I was like, man, I appreciate that. She's like, man, don't even trip off that. I hate to put it out there, Erica, man, but I just wanted to say that shit, man, because you kind of started something. It was like a domino effect. Then the next person was like, hey, man, well, what's going on? Because I had took something up there to my barber, too. And then his moms had called me. You know what I'm saying? And another nigga called me. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm saying, I'm trying to do my little thing, slow and steady. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't charge much. I don't charge like one, but I be seeing on the internet, let me just get this out of the way. It was one nigga I was talking to, man, brother, and he was like, yeah, man, that give me it give me high blood pressure. It's too salty. I said, well, then they not making it right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, they definitely not making it right. And no diss to everybody else, but you're definitely not making it right. You're not soaking it. You're not rinsing it. You're not getting all the sodium and excess sodiums off the CMOS. And what you're doing, you're so busy trying to make money off of it, you're not doing the shit the right way. And that's the problem with niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why niggas be like, well, what you charge? When I tell them what I charge, like, damn, man, let me get some of them shits. No problem. Because, nigga, CMOS is not supposed to make your blood pressure go up. It's supposed to help with your blood pressure and your diabetes and swelling and inflammation. They just not making the shit right. I'm telling you. Before I get to the subject, I'm going to tell you right now. You get the CMOS. When you get it, first of all, you got to get it from a reliable source. Shout out to the homegirl Amber Tysetti from Mix of Health. I get my CMOS from there. She get it straight from, I get it from blackandnoble.com as well. Shout out to Shawnee. I would have never found them without Shawnee, so Philly stand up. And they get their shit from a reliable source. So you can tell when they get it from a reliable source because you can just tell how it come out when you soak it. But before you soak, you're supposed to rinse that motherfucker. You're supposed to rinse that motherfucker with spring water several times. Rinse it, wash. It's like washing. It's like, washing your hands. You get the CMOS, you rinse it, you pour the CMOS, and then you'll see the excess sodium drain from the CMOS. You just see it drain, and you pour that water out and then soak it, rinse it off again. And then I would say, if you do it about 4 or 5 times, by the 6th time, you'll notice the excess water will be clear. It won't be full of like sodium. You know what I'm saying? And you'll notice that if you keep doing it, the clearer the water will get. That means all the excess sodium has been washed away from the CMOS. Now, I'm not no expert, but I've been making it for a while, so I know what the fuck it takes. So then after you do that, you know what I'm saying? If you want me, I add motherfucking lime to my shit when I soak it. Lime takes away the sea smell, so it won't smell like the sea. So you do that, and then look, I'm just telling y'all because my shit is authentic. My shit is thorough, nigga. Matter of fact, don't let me. You lucky my phone is charging, cause I got it from the homegirl that I work. My homegirl, I sent her son. She was like, "Hey, my nigga, I need some more ASAP. This shit took the swelling out and all." I'm like, it do different things to different people. I sent something to my aunt and uncle. So you know what I'm saying? Just make sure if you get it from anybody, Tommy, shit is reputable. You know what I'm saying? And they, those are the things that you look for. Because if it's raising your, if it's raising your blood pressure and doing all kinds of shit, then you need to reevaluate the source and how they made it. And it's high in iodine too. So if you have thyroid problems and shit like that, just Google it. I'm just saying, I didn't mean to go off course, but motherfuckers, man, we find our niche, and then motherfuckers be wanting to cut corners and shit. And I don't do that. That's why I be like, look, you want some CMOS from me, you have to wait about at least 24 to 36 hours. Because I got to rinse it, soak it for 24 hours. Then I got to make the actual shit, blend it, make sure it come out right. And if it don't come out right, I start from, I don't give out bullshit. So, nigga, that's just not what I do. But anyway, man, Tommy, you gonna have to email me your address and shit, and I'm gonna have to send some shit to you. You know what I'm saying? I got the PayPal, and Erica just straight out PayPal. Like, fuck that, nigga. I do Cash App. The homegirl pay me through Cash App and shit like that. Even though Cash App be motherfucking acting like you laundering money and shit when you trying to get the money. I'm like, god damn, nigga, it's my money. But anyway, I just thought I'd talk about that. Yeah, I shit, my sister be buying it from me too. I be trying to give it to you, like, nope, it's a business. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I already know, man, it's a pandemic, and You know, goddamn, you know, I know niggas don't be having bread all the time, and I understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really want no brick and mortar store. I thought about doing one. I thought about just doing a motherfucking, you know how they have like a Shake Shack and like, you know what I'm saying, like a Quick and Split. If you from LA, you know, Quick and Splits and shit like that. And like a juice, a Jumbo Juice place or an Orange Julius. I just thought about doing like a CMOS thing where, you know, you soaking the CMOS and you just making a CMOS shake. When you just adding a couple of, oh, I had all kinds of ideas, man. It can still go. It just, you know what I'm saying? You know, then you would be dealing with motherfuckers, you know, just kind of like, oh, what kind of CMOS is it? Blah, blah, blah. And then you got to deal with motherfuckers hating and shit like that. But that's neither here nor there, man. That's just an idea that I have. Right now, I just like to do it mail order. I like to make that shit, send it straight. Yeah, because the homegirl, she live in Arizona. I got 2 homegirls. They live in Arizona. Boop, boop. There you go. Had some homegirls lived in Texas. Boop, boop. There you go. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my little thing, man. But, you know, like I said, just email me. Y'all know what it is. I think it's nowayoutlv@gmail.com. Y'all know what it is. Get at your boys. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got books and topics, like I said, grandmother's hair, your grandmother's hands, I got to cop that book. But we about to get into the subject today. Blackface. Here's the thing I don't understand, man. Every time motherfuckers be thinking that they made some progress, I be laughing. Now I'm laughing. Every time a nigga be thinking that they make some progress, the dominant society gonna remind you, no nigga, you ain't made no progress. Because I'm gonna dress up in blackface every chance I get, whenever I want. And there ain't nothing you can do. And the reason why I say that is, let me plug this shit in. Motherfuckers think that we've come so far. It was just like when those white kids was dressing up as KKK motherfuckers and saying nigga, 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 and then the black lady was like, oh, you should teach your kids respect and all that. No, they're not going to put the person on TV that's going to be like, well, this doesn't surprise me. Why doesn't this surprise me? The person that had been in COINTELPRO, who was personally, that was his agenda to, you know, seek and destroy the next black messiah. So that was near and dear to his heart. He did not like black people. He was no friend of black people. And he made that be known. And y'all got a building named after him. And y'all never took that down. But if I said I want to name a building in Adolf Hitler's honor, the white Jewish community would have a fucking fit. So I don't understand that shit. Those are the things that I look at. So it's like, why do you think these things are going to change? You shouldn't be surprised. Don't get mad, get glad, nigga. Because that's what it is. But I was trying not to laugh because the video, man, Shawnee, you gonna be dying laughing. Watch this shit. And you know the part I'm gonna be laughing at.
Good evening.
Here we go.
Thanks for staying up late with us, everyone. I'm Kurt Autry.
And I'm Makia Turner. We begin tonight with outrage that's happening over a White Town councilman's decision to blacken his skin to pose as a fictional musician from a popular movie.
If you would, take a look at this image of Warsaw Councilman Farron Hamlin.
Warsaw Councilman Farron Hamlin, and this motherfucker dressed up. I want y'all to go look it up. The nigga dressed up like Randy Watson from Coming to America. That's what he dressed up as. Talking about he was trying to pay homage to his late great friend, some other black person he knew. But why do you think that's okay? You know why it's okay? Because a lot of people around him and probably black people were like, oh, that shit's funny. No, nigga, you supposed to be the nigga to be like, don't do that sucker shit. Don't do that sucker shit. That may be funny to our inner circle, but you gonna have a lot of niggas on your ass about that shit, man. Don't do that sucker shit, nigga.
The Richmond County man posted that photo over the weekend and quickly removed it after many people found it to be offensive.
New at 11, Brent Solomon joins us live tonight. And Brent, what is that councilman saying about all of this?
Makia, although he did not respond to my request to get an interview, we emailed him 2 days in a row.
That nigga, of course, he ain't gonna respond to your request. And this nigga who's talking, he sound like, if you close your eyes, he sound like Jesse Lee Peterson. I'm like, God damn. And his shit is funny the way he talks. He did not respond to our request. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
He did, however, post on Facebook. He said this, quote, I made a post that hurts a lot of folks, and that was not my intention. Take a look. An elected official by day, a musician by night. Farron Hamlin, councilman of the town of Warsaw, Virginia, in the Northern Neck, issued a public apology on his personal Facebook account. It drew tons of comments, mostly from people asking why he's apologizing at all. It's all over this. The music lover wrote, "In honor of my late friend, I went out as the legendary Randy Watson tonight." Quote, "Give it up for my band, Sexual Chocolate," referencing a scene from the movie Coming to America. He said he did it to show respect. Hamlin has since removed the photo.
You did it to show respect. So if I get up and go get dressed as a white Jewish person and mock and make fun of them and say stupid things about their culture, you know, would they take that offensive? Or would they be like, oh, no, he's just joking? Hell yeah, they would take that shit offensive. So why the fuck it is with us? Oh, well, just take it as a joke, nigga. It's like, wait, nigga, what? Like, why? Who told you to do that? And why the fuck do you think, even if somebody didn't tell you to do that, why the fuck do you think that that's okay? And everybody around is don't act shocked because somebody is gaslighting these motherfuckers. And these motherfuckers are emboldened to do this type of sucker shit anyway because we so busy arguing about why you ain't take the jab. You know what I'm saying? And you need to take the jab. And okay, if your employment is forcing you to do it, that's different from if you like got a choice, like you ain't got to be doing it. Like if you're an entrepreneur and you ain't got to take the jab and you go take it voluntarily, and then you kind of like jab shaming everybody else because they don't want to do it. That's some sucker shit to me. That's clown shit to me. You sound like a fucking clown.
Although he says he doesn't think there was anything wrong with wearing the dark makeup. Do you think that
No, he don't think there's anything wrong with wearing the dark makeup. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They know ain't nothing gonna happen. They know nothing ain't gonna happen. All the niggas gonna do is march, whine, repeat, and no justice, no peace for like 2 days, 3 days, and that shit gonna go away, and another nigga gonna do it. How many podcasts have I did about a motherfucker doing blackface? How many? I've done about 5 or 6 of them in probably the past year, calendar year, of motherfuckers just dressing in blackface. So that shit ain't nothing new.
in many cases it's just ignorance? Do you think it's just I didn't know?
I think yes, in many cases.
Dr. Andrea Simpson is a political science professor and diversity dean at the University of Richmond. She explains the hurtful history of white
The diversity dean? Man, what the fuck is that? Get the fuck out of here.
people blackening their faces.
Blackface minstrelsy originated from people who came to the South and observed black people dancing and the way that they entertained. They thought it would be fun.
As a minstrel show. That's what it is. It's basically white people dressed up as black people, bucking their eyes and yucking and doing all this other shit and over the over dramatizations of how black people act and how we laugh and how we joke and dance, and they put the fucking red lips. It's just basically a minstrel show making fun of niggas. That's all it is. That's all it is.
To use burnt cork or shoe polish to blacken their faces and then perform.
Here's why it became offensive.
The characters that they came up with, Jim Crow, which was sort of a lazy, step and fetch it kind of character.
Yep.
And Zip Coon, who was someone that dressed up.
Oh, who was that? Larry Elder? Oh, my bad.
and used a lot of big words incorrectly. So all of the characters developed by minstrelsy played into stereotypes.
She says that's important for context, even today.
When you don't know what the history is, it may seem to you, based on your knowledge of how we are today, it may seem to you that this is harmless and we're all just having fun. But in doing that, we're actually hurting people.
Some people might ask, well, in 2021, if my favorite singer was Michael Jackson, if my skin is white, is that always unacceptable?
Yes, it almost always is, unfortunately. And I do think you can pay tribute and go from house to house for Halloween dressed as Beyonce without blackening your face.
Okay.
Because her skin color is not her distinguishing feature, right? It's really not.
The councilman said in a post, which has now been removed, what really cuts deep is the fact that he was called a racist. He said, quote, "I try to be a good person and help others regardless of who they are." Again,
Man, get the fuck out of here. Now let's unpack this real quick. We finna unpack this. So you saying you're not racist, you just a good person. Let me tell you something. You can be a good person and still be racist. What the fuck does that mean? You can be a good person and do good deeds and still use your white privilege to get people in and out of jobs. I've seen people do it. I've witnessed it. I've heard the stories. I've heard people, oh yeah, yo, or they down black people, and then once a black person do something they don't like, they're using their white privilege to get that black person the fuck up out of there. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I am the prime example of front row seats to motherfuckers pretending like they are ally, and then you watch them and you keep watching them, and they don't tell us, and they won't tell you, but it'll be other people around them that'll be like, man, don't fuck with that motherfucker, man. That motherfucker be on some bullshit. And that's all they'll say. Because sometimes there are people that are different racial groups that will tell you what's being said when you're not in the room. That white motherfucker who dressed up as blackface, he was just basically telling you how he felt about black folk. It's just, I think black people take it to another degree because they feel like, oh my God. But it's like, well, niggas, they been doing this shit. What the fuck you saying? Just like John Gruden writing all them emails. Roger Goodell, Jerry Jones, all them motherfuckers, they feel the same way. Look at how they treated Colin Kaepernick. They feel the same way. It's just that motherfucker John Gruden was bold enough to, fuck it, I'll put an email. Why don't you put the responses in all those emails of people laughing and sending laughing emojis and all this other sucker shit and probably laughing and talking about it, man? Please. Look, all you gotta do is go to the Court Plantation. I've never seen, especially the men at the Court Plantation, them racial, like, Nick, that's why me personally, I like to get around my people and establish who my people are, and when I mean my people, like, okay, I can fuck with this person, okay, I can fuck with this person. But when it comes to racial shit, I always am very introverted because of my studies. And then once you study a little bit and you read a little bit, your perspective is gonna be way different. And you're not trying to take that on the job with people that could potentially use it against you and weaponize it against you. So I really try to just keep to myself and be introverted. You know what I'm saying? And not even be one of those type of motherfuckers that, well, woo. Like me and a homegirl, we was having a great conversation after the Court Plantation. And like I told y'all before, I was just like, I was just giving her my perspective. I liked her perspective because her perspective was genuine and it was straight to the point and it was good. And my perspective was, my perspective. But one thing I can see, oh, I need that Mullen tea. Yeah, I got the Mullen tea. I just ain't drinking it today. Oh, I got it. Yeah, okay, you better stock up on that Mullen tea because that shit had your lungs feeling good, man. Because I remember when I felt like, I don't know what it was. It was probably the jab. That 19 shit trying to get inside my body, get all shut up in my bones type shit. And how you can feel that motherfucking mucus and shit. So I just doubled up on my sea moss and started drinking that Mullen tea. And I was spitting all that shit up. And that's why a lot of motherfuckers, when I used, a lot of motherfuckers at my old apartment, they used to be like, damn, man, you don't never be sick. No, nigga. Because I know how to flush my system out, get that shit the fuck up out of me. But when we had our discussion, had our perspective, I just kept saying, I kept using books because we can talk about our perspective all day long. But a lot of the times I feel like when it's us, we don't want to just hear our perspective. Sometimes you have to kind of incorporate what you've learned in life as well. And one of the things that I've learned in life, and I kind of like, I use that. And then what I can do is I kind of do a compare and contrast to my studies. Just a little bit of studies, a little bit of books I read. You know what I'm saying? These ain't all the books I read. I read way more books than that, but I'm just saying, I just kind of compare and contrast. And the book that always comes up the most is The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code of Ethics by Neely Fuller Jr. That's the only one, because a lot of that shit I use. Always start off a conversation with a question. Don't tell your personal business. Don't allow them to do racial showcase and confusion. You know what I'm saying? And don't allow to be that minstrel show with the racial showcase and confusion in a Gen X way, knowledge in a Gen way, facts. And then I'm always like, okay. And then I like what he said in there. He said a lot of things. He's like, when you see two other racial groups or people part of the dominant white society arguing, don't choose a side. You just stand and observe. And I was like, well, why? Then I kept reading. He's like, because that's like two slaves. He said, unless they're arguing about replacing the system of racism and white supremacy and establishing a system of justice, that's just two slave masters arguing about who's the biggest slave master. That shit fucked me up. And I told that to the homegirl too. I was like, that's a cold statement. She was like, damn, that is cold. And I was like, yeah. And he also says, Neely Fuller Jr. also says, until somebody proves to you that they're not a part of the system of racism and white supremacy, they're suspected racist white supremacists. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, he says that in the book, and it's like, damn, that's true. So, motherfucker over there could be like, oh, man, they cool. But what have they proven to you? And then I said, for an example, you know what I'm saying? A motherfucker could smile with you and, you know, talk about race and all this other shit. And okay, fine. But how are they treating you on the job? Are they riding your ass on the job? Are they doing sucker shit to you? You know, goofy shit that they don't even got to do, and then stand back and hide under the guise of, well, I'm just doing my job. Let me tell you something. Y'all know why John Gruden didn't give a fuck about getting fired? Because John Gruden gonna get another job in the NFL. I don't know why the fuck everybody like, yeah, that's why you got fired. That nigga like, man, fuck y'all. I'm gonna get this $100 million and I'm gonna still go coach. That's why in the NBA, 90% of the coaches are white. And they ain't never done a motherfucking thing in the NBA. The last motherfucker that really had a great impact in the NBA was Larry Bird, Bill Laimbeer, Jerry West, motherfucking John Stockton, all the real white greats. But you notice they don't really talk about Larry Bird that much. Why, Warren? Because Larry Bird did a press conference. It was like, the black players are better than the white players. Can we just play basketball? And they didn't like that because he was off code. Because they didn't like that shit. Because he was off code. Because he's supposed to be like, hey, man, that was offensive and all this other shit. Because Isaiah Thomas was like, well, damn, y'all giving this motherfucker all the fucking credit. But if he was a black player, he'd just be another NBA black player. Like, they doing shit we do every day. And then they try to pit Larry Bird against fucking Isaiah Thomas. Go look that shit up. And then Larry Bird got on there and was like, the black players are better than the white players. So, next, and you know they didn't like that shit. So it's like, that's why you know they don't never really talk about him like that. Not the way you think they should. Not the way you think. So that leads me to my point of, hey man, we have to give our perspective, but sometimes use a little bit of what you've studied and what you've read, and then sprinkle in a little bit of your experience, and you and anybody that's melanated, y'all gonna have a great perspective and a great conversation. Because when I had these conversations with with my peoples at the Court Plantation, my people that I really fuck with, oh, we have a great conversation. Great. These are not bad, destructive conversations. These are conversations of, that's why I don't fuck with motherfuckers. That's why I don't come on a job telling my business. I don't know these people. I'm not trying to hang out with you like that. I don't know you. And I don't want you to know me. And I don't want you to know, I remember when I used to take off, I remember when I was working part-time for the city of Las Vegas, and I remember one time I took off, and then they was like, so what you do? I was like, oh, just pimping and pandering. I didn't care if they would have fired me no way, because it was part-time. It wasn't no big shit. And they didn't like what I said. I was just like, why is that any of y'all business? Like, I don't, and I'm the type of person, I don't never ask nobody what they do on their day off, because that ain't my fucking business. But motherfucker, I always want to ask you and probe all into your business and know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait, hold on. And I think that's the thing. We shouldn't be probing against each other and trying to learn, each other's personal bit. It ain't about that. It's about being on code. And the reason why this dude, whatever his name is, Farron Hamlin, the reason why that motherfucker thought it was cool to dress up in blackface, because he know motherfuckers gonna keep doing it. Ain't shit gonna happen. Ain't nothing gonna happen. He ain't gonna lose his position. Ain't nothing gonna happen to him at all. So that's why motherfuckers gonna keep doing that shit. And motherfuckers need to stop acting surprised like they don't like this. I can't believe. That's why when you got the Court Plantation, they try to bring up race. You just kindly decline and say, you know what, I'm just trying to be here to do my job. That's it. If this ain't got nothing to do with the job, I don't really speak on it, because that's another trick bag. Because their goal is to get you all emotional and have you acting a fucking fool at the Court Plantation, so you are out a lot of whack. And then they could be like, okay, we got him. Call human resources. He's a threat. he's aggressive, you know, that type of stuff. Like I said, one time I remember a white motherfucker trying to tell me like, yeah, man, why you getting loud? I'm like, I'm not getting loud. I have the same vocal tone. So that didn't work. Then, oh, well, I just want to be friends. I said, I don't want to be friends with you. I'm here to do a job. Because basically what was going on was it was an Asian motherfucker that was working there. Me and him was cool at the time. And I'm the one that kind of like looked out for him and got him the little court plantation job. And then, you know, things started to go left when I wasn't ass kissing and shit. But the Asian motherfucker was acting like Dr. Dre in The Wash, if you ain't seen The Wash. And I was more like D-Lo, like Snoop. Like, nigga, I'm not kissing nobody's motherfucking ass. Who do I look like, Boo Boo the Fool? Nigga, fuck that. And them niggas said we got 48 hours, then we got 48 hours. Say it ain't so. The Century Club is calling my name. That type of shit. So I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm not doing none of that sucker shit. So what ended up happening was I just kind of stopped fucking. You know, I was fucking with my niggas that I fuck with, but I was like, man, nah, I'm cool. I ain't finna say shit. And then I noticed just a change with the motherfuckers that I wasn't, you know, they wanted me to kiss ass. Cause you know, when it's a nigga, it's like buck breaking. They feel like when a nigga has too much influence over other people, well, they want to get to that person. And when that person don't want to kiss ass, you become a threat. See, I've experienced those type of things. These are true stories. So I just noticed the Asian motherfucker that I put on, that motherfucker started like acting like Dr. Dre, rolling with them motherfuckers. And then they sending messages through him to me. And I had to check that motherfucker. Like, hey, man, like, look, man, I don't do the message and the telephone thing. Motherfucker got something to say to me, they can say it to me. Other than that, I'm not here for the games and the gossip. And see, that motherfucker went so hard for them. Look at what they did. That motherfucker fucked up, and they got rid of his clown ass. Then the motherfucker want to say some shit like, oh, I'm glad I'm gone, and I don't miss that place. And then his homeboy was like, everybody say that who get fired. And this is how they do business with each other. That's why I was like, nope. I don't fuck with you motherfuckers. I'm here to get paid and going about my way. And I suggest everybody do the same. I'm already like 7-8 minutes over. But I just thought I would get that story out so you can know I got real examples. Like I said, real examples. And I got real niggas that I work with that don't conduct themselves like that. Shout out to my nigga Leo. That nigga Leo was a solid nigga, man. That nigga worked with me, man. That nigga Leo. Oh, and Leroy too, but more that nigga Leo. They were trying to get that nigga to throw me under the bus. They was doing all kinds of sucker shit. That nigga Leo was like, y'all niggas got me fucked up, nigga. I don't do the dry snitching thing around here. And then the bitch that was trying to get him to snitch, them white people in the fire that black ass bitch. That's what you get. It didn't want to come smiling with me. That's why I'm like, I don't understand why motherfuckers be on some Step It, Fetch It, Steven from Django, telling about the gun line, Hayward Shepherd motherfuckers, when you don't get nothing out of it. If you don't know who Hayward Shepherd is, go read Powernomics. Hayward Shepherd was the nigga that was sitting on the porch because he had received meritorious manumission for helping some white motherfucker, basically, or telling on a nigga. That's how you get meritorious manumission. And then that motherfucker was allowed to sit on the porch. He was a nigga that was like, oh, John Brown and them coming. Y'all need to get up, John Brown and them coming. He was that nigga. Look him up. So, you know, it's too many motherfuckers like that at the court plantation that's willing to play police and do all that shit. And while you doing that, it's white motherfuckers still making fun of you and still fucking dressing up in blackface, knowing that shit is that's some deeply rooted shit. But they don't give a fuck because they know niggas ain't got no togetherness. Because we worried about how much a nigga car is and how much his payment is and if he, you know, like, what the fuck? Because, you know, most black folk, we just want to live like, we want to look like $1 million and ain't got a quarter in our pocket. Champagne taste with wine cooler money. That's a fact. Have trust issues. I grew up on never let the right hand know what the left hand's doing. That's a fact. Fact. And I'm the same way. You know what I'm saying? You know me, man, when it comes to the like court plantation, I don't give a fuck, man. I just try to put niggas on that, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you got to work with people you don't want to work with. So if you can put niggas on that you fuck with, you like, all right, fuck it. This can be a cool situation. But then when niggas start acting like that, I was like, all right, you on your own, nigga. And then when that nigga got shit canned, they ain't even fuck with that nigga no more. Then the nigga want to, hey, man, what's going on, man? Give me your number. I'm like, nah, bro. I don't fuck with you like that. You played yourself, man. And if them people was really your friends, they wouldn't have done that. They'd have looked out for you, but they didn't look out for you because they ain't your friends. Nigga, this is business, not personal. And that's how motherfuckers need to understand it. A job is a business. And it's it's what you do. It's not who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you have to understand, in a business, you conduct yourself as a business. Because guess what? Don't stress out more over this shit than these motherfuckers are. That's a councilman for Warsaw County in Virginia. That's the councilman. This motherfucker dressed up in blackface. So imagine what the fuck they really thinking about, niggas. If you that bold and you'll put that post up, then they probably like, fuck these niggas, man. This the South. Fuck that. That's why niggas need to be on the same code. Stop worrying about silly, stupid ass bullshit that don't fucking matter. And niggas need to stop being lazy too. And when you're around niggas that lazy, get the fuck away from them. If they dusty, musty niggas that's lazy, just get away from them. You ain't got, stop going out of your way to try to tell them what they need to do. Unless they're a child and you're trying to be a guide and show them. But when these niggas is old, once they 28, 29 years old, 30, 40, 50 years old, these niggas lazy, don't want to do shit, that's on them. That's not on you. Because guess what? It's going to be a reflection of what the fuck you got going on. And if you know everybody's business, but you ain't got none of your own, it's been one for you, man. And by the way, any nigga that's sitting up here defending the case of a motherfucker dressing up in blackface in these racial times, that's a Sambo. Guilty nigga, I'm out, man. Peace.